toward kickoff here in Music City, Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, a good match in the AFC. It's the LA Chargers and the Tennessee Titans. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen on hand as Cameron Dicker is set to kick things off. And off we go from Nashville. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So out come the Titans, and they are led, Greg, by Cam Ward. Same alma mater as you, University of Miami, the #1 overall pick in this past April's draft.
I'm not sure if a guy jumped into the NFL scene quicker than Cam Ward a year ago at the University of Miami. I was down there. I watched his college debut for the Hurricanes in the swamp against Florida, and I walked out of there. I'm not so sure if I knew he was going to be the first overall pick, but I knew he was going to be an unbelievable college player, and here he is with the future of this franchise on his shoulders. He's not going to blink. Everywhere he's been, every coach says Cam Ward changed the future of our team, of our organization, and there's no reason to think he's not going to do it again.
Just a yard on first down. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Ward. Pass complete. He's got Calvin Ridley. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. 11 yards on the connection there. That's good for a Titan first down.
The 38-yard line.
On the give, it's Pollard. Inside the 30. And he is going to run it all the way down near the red zone. It's a big one for Tennessee. 41 yards.
Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, how about that for a statement on your opening drive, Mike? I mean, we knew coming in that they wanted to get this run game going, but man, boy, did they ever.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Ward. His pass caught. It's Chigokankwa. And he's in. What a drop. Chigokankwa. Touchdown, Tennessee. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. He's got it. And the Titans will take a 7-0 lead.
7. Chargers, nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. This is Hassan Haskins to return. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. So here come the Chargers, and it's year 6 and year 2 for Justin Herbert, Greg. It's year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, but the 6th season for the 6th overall pick in the 20.
There's just certain guys might take the field and they step into the huddle. The other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Second and 10. On the ground, it's Kamani Vidal. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
A tough spot here. Third and long. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He gets this one complete to Johnston. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. First down, L.A.
And the Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And it's a big play there for his first catch of the game. And not only does he get a nice chunk of yards, but now he puts his offense in plus territory as they try to see if they can end this drive with some points.
They'll run here, and this is Hassan Haskins. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
First and 10 at the
So you're on the sideline, and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
He'll work forward for a couple. Draymond Jones able to bring him down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Titans' 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's second and 8. On play action, now Herbert, his fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Out the backfield, line up for third and 3. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
On the play. That's another Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Great job here by the quarterback on third and short, knowing that if nothing's there downfield, he can pick this up with his legs. And not only is he able to pick up the first down, he gets a whole lot more than that.
On the ground, here's Haskins. And he's into the end zone. Hassan Haskins. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. We'll go ahead and just cede the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. The Titans offense going to take over now for the second time.
It's
a carry by Pollard. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Of run support out of your secondary, Mike. Man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Moore. He's going to keep it himself.
Done by Khalil Mack. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Shotgun snap for Wolf. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down for Tennessee.
The Titans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together. And the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Ward. This one complete to Ridley. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Tuli Pulotu on the stop. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Chargers' 38-yard line.
2nd and 11. To throw is Ward. That is caught by the man wearing 0, Calvin Ridley.
To 0, Calvin Ridley. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. Now it's Ward. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown to take the shot down. And it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Titans will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Chargers 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Haskins now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready for their second possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the give, Haskins. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all, and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Motion man is Johnston. Herbert. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
To play corner in this league, Mike instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. Looking middle and complete with Allen. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And this is a great example of why staying on schedule and ahead of the sticks is so critical. Because even after that big 3rd down pickup, it's not enough for the first, and it brings up 4th down.
DK to return. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. What a way to kick drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
They'll go back to Pollard on 1st down, and a good run there. They'll get him 5 yards.
Elijah Molden on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
In motion, Okonkwo. We are through 1. It's the Titans out to the early lead. And we're back in Music City after this. Titans football here to start quarter number 2 from the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. as we are ready to get back underway. A throw there on second down going to be incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Looking to throw, it's Ward. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. He was looking for Chim DK that time. And now it's 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, on is the veteran Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt.
Makes the score Titans 17, Chargers 7.
Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. Haskins now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Shotgun now for Herbert. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 11.
3rd and 11. Throwing now is Herbert. Open man is the tight end, Disley. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the 1st down.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
A loss of 2 brings up well at the 37-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now a play fake. Herbert. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Will Disley, the intended target that time. 3rd down coming up.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games, but as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
Finding room at midfield. 14 yards on that pass play there, and the Chargers have the 1st down.
And the Chargers 1st down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Pistol here for Herbert. To the middle of the field. He's got Johnston. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
19 more yards.
19 more
That's
on that
another
one. And
Chargers
another first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Handoff here with Haskins. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
Down at the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
From the 23, here's second and 2. Again, they'll go with Haskins. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage. And that
2-yard line. Into the yard. Brings up third down and 2.
looking to convert for the third time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's third and 2. And that is incomplete. Trey Harris, the intended receiver there. And that'll set up fourth down.
It's now
Easy 6, but instead, it was nothing but disappointment. I mean, that is a gut-wrenching missed opportunity for the offense, and he has his head down just in disbelief.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on fourth down. Big opening up the middle. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
And the Chargers, first down. First and goal, Los Angeles.
I know it's fourth and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second
A
down.
loss of 3 brings up second and goal at the 12-yard line.
Herbert to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
He'll try and get there, and he will get into the end zone. Justin Herbert, touchdown, L.A. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Dicker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chargers are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Chargers, 14.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. Ward. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
It's now second.
Now, this is
and
something
10.
that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
Now Ward gonna hold on to it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's good for a Titan first down.
First down.
So, Mike, at the core of a
First and 10
successful
at the
zone
40-yard
replay
line.
is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner. The quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big game.
That's complete to DK. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
In motion, Okonkwo. First and 10, and they give it to Pollard. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
First and 10.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line,
line.
Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down. Out of the gun, Ward. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
A gain of 11. It's now third and 2.
Third and 2. Here we go. They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had an end. He does. First down.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And I think if they didn't get it there, even with the lead, I think that coach is telling them, hey, this is 4 down territory, but that's all for not now, because after that good blocking up front, he picks up a fresh set of downs.
He'll find his receiver. That's DK. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Second and 10 at the Chargers' 20-yard line.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Throwing, Ward. Inside the 10, it is caught. And the Titans are going to have a first and goal. He's taken down at about the 8.
And really the key to this play was just how fast he was able to get through his progressions. His mind was able to process and go from 1 to 2 to 3 so quickly that he was able to get the ball to the right target on time. And I think so often those two things are different.
And he's in. Cody Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. Sly now for the point after. It's up and through. And the Titans go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead.
14.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. Haskins now to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On carry, it's Haskins. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Cody Barton on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 9. He'll run with Haskins. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Throwing is Herbert on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Titans have got it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. And you can't ask for a better situation than this. 1st and goal from the 1. Scenario, the offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. He's got it. And the Titans add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead.
Chargers 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. the left side. Catch made by McConkey. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Herbert keeping it on the zone read.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Second down, they need 7. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Disley is the man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Short throw taken in by Disley. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Throwing right, that's Johnston. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
5-yard gain on the play.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. There's his tight end, Disley. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second. As a stop with 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Disley is the man in motion. Herbert to the air again. This one caught at the 4. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. 1st and goal coming up.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing again, Herbert. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Darius Davis. Touchdown, Chargers. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close. Give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Chargers 21. Dicker to
7 seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Ward. That caught Tony Pollard. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Tight end on the move left. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th floor studios. A little abridged version of the halftime report here, as both defensive coordinators might be having speaks with their players. That begs the question, can any defense get a stop in the second half? To find out, let's go back out to the stadium and join our commentary team, Mike Tirico and...
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half.
Joey Slide.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Davis now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Chargers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll give this to Vidal. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Herbert on the bootleg. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Third, they need 8. Shotgun now for Herbert. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Try a jet sweep, and this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. And I think when you look back on the first half, this was an element of the defense that really was missing. There was a lot of open windows, a ton of green grass for the receivers to make uncontested catches. So nice change of pace here. Continue to force the issue and make these guys earn the catch.
On 3rd down, here's Pollard. He needed 13 and got 14 for the first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
More often than not, Mike, when a team decides to keep the ball on the ground on a 3rd and long like this, typically the next play is either a punt or a field goal. But give credit here to this play caller. He saw something in the defense, gives the ball to his back, and he's able to pick up big yardage and the first down.
And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16.
1st and 10 at the 16.
Nice combination of vision, patience, and speed by the running back here. The vision to see the hole, the patience to let the blocks unfold, and then the speed to hit it and pick up a nice gain.
Again, it's Pollard. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. They motion a receiver right. From the gun, here's Ward. Throwing right, it's taken in. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll run here. It's Pollard. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop it for no gain at the 4.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Spears. Touchdown. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Sly now for the point after. He's got it. And the Titans will extend this third quarter lead.
38, Chargers 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. The return, here comes Davis. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Off. Now Herbert, and he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
That is left side and taken in by Allen. And we'll mark him down just shy of the 40s. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Charger 1st down.
1st down, Los Angeles.
Here's Herbert. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off. And now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on 1 or 2 of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
Now a play fake. Herbert. Back to the left side. Pulled in by Conklin. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that 1st down. And they'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
Disley is the man in motion. Herbert looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it.
The Chargers get set to kick it away. And that one not returnable, out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Deion Henley there on the tackle.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. In motion, Okonkwo. Back to throw is Ward. Exiting the pocket right. And he's himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
Gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Titans first down.
It wasn't anywhere really for him to go with the ball. The defensive backs did a great job of taking away his progression read, but that pass rush, they just can't get home, and he ends up making the play with his legs and moves the chains.
This throw, right side, taken in by Ridley. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Play fake, now Ward to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Tuli Pelotu. He gets into drop it. It's a loss of 8.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the handoff, Pollard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Back-to-back plays by this defense now, Mike, winning these early downs. They get the sack on first, the tackle for loss on second, and now it brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and long. Out of the gun, Ward. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
At the 37-yard line.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
From the gun, they'll give it. It's Pollard. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The tight end going in motion to the left. To throw is Ward. He'll get this out wide to Pollard. Whoa. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. First down for Tennessee.
First and 10.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. And what does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
And that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences, they know it's coming and there's not going to be a lot of gain.
And the Titans are going to be set up. 1st and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball down the field, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion. I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. he takes the loss.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Again, they try Pollard. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
And goal.
So, some extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal situation as we are now through the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap for Wolf. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Makes the score Titans 41, Chargers 21.
Joey Slye back out to kick this one away. Haskins now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense about ready to take over once more. Here comes Vidal, and he's going to be taken down at the 37. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
The best running backs, Mike, they have a really good balance between executing the play that's designed, but then every so often they just have to trust their instincts, and sometimes that's the best plays. That's where the big home run shots come from, and when you have a talented back, you want to give them that freedom.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Now Herbert. Looking middle, he'll get it complete to McConkey. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one, and he's got his team a 1st down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Chargers.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the 4th quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Woods.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. First and 10 now from the 36. Ward trying to keep it here on the zone read, and he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
First down.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the first down.
Off play action, it's Ward. Got him in, downfield, it's Almeida. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
That's another Titans first down.
You can just tell by the crowd's reaction. They love when these two young rookies connect with each other. I mean, if everything goes according to plan, and we'll see how it plays out, these two are going to be a crucial piece for this franchise, not only this year, but for the foreseeable future.
Able to slip one tackle, but not another. Will be fortunate to get this one back to the line of scrimmage.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Here's Ward now on second down. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver.
Brings up a third down.
And it'll be third down.
Yards to go.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
He'll find his receiver. That's DK. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On fourth down, on is the veteran Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. This a 42-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Titans add on to their lead.
21.
Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Trying to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 25-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the gun, it's Herbert. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's gonna set up third down.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. You're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense, so give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
Herbert going to try to throw on third down. Picked up by Cody Barton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
At this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last two drives, same story. continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
The Titans' offense and receiver Calvin Ridley set to take over for this drive. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a first down. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Really impressive job there by the defense, Mike. I mean, to not only absorb the initial push, but now you got to get the back on the ground. And sometimes to hold up against these big old offensive linemen and stick an arm out to get the ball carrier down, it's easier said than done. And really nice job here by the defensive front.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Throwing, Ward. This one brought in by Iomanner. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. To give credit to the defense, they were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the first down.
Makes the score Titans 47, Chargers 21.
Joey Slye back out to kick this one away. Haskins now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Pistol here for Herbert. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. On the carry, it's Haskins. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. They pick up 27 and convert on 4th down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Lad McConkey, the one he was looking for. It's second down. On play action now, Herbert. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, it's late, you're losing, things really haven't gone your way all day today, and there's really not much left to do other than to try to take some big shots downfield. That time the coverage is really good and just falls incomplete.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And he's going to have the Chargers first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. First and goal coming up.
There's no secret this day has been a rough outing all around, so at this stage of the game, really no choice but to remain aggressive and just try to find something positive on a day where there's been a lot of negative.
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Hassan Haskins. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Going after now from Dicker. The kick is good. And the Chargers are able to cut into the deficit.
Chargers 28.
We're down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Titans offense and quarterback Cam Ward headed back out onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. In motion, Okonkwo. Crazy. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They get 15 on that game. That's good for a Titan first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Have to imagine at some point here, Mike, the defensive coordinator looks to change things up. This running back has had his way with them all day long. Get a few more guys in the box. But then you know what that does. It opens you up down the field. Passing.
And this time they are ready for it. Throws for a loss. And it's second down.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up. He's able to bring him down for a loss.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. And it sets up third down.
7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, 3rd and 5. On third down, they go with Spears. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, is the veteran Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Sly's kick is good. And the Titans will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter. Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. Haskins now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers offense back onto the field for their next possession. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Great shot and hauled in by McConkey. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
Really no hesitation on the part of the quarterback, Mike. I mean, he knew where that open receiver was going to be based on his pre-snap read. The defense did nothing to alter that picture, and that's a great play to start this drive.
On first down, Herbert. Quick throw, slant, caught by Johnston. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 50-yard line.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Shotgun now for Herbert. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And they'll take this down inside the 35. The Chargers going to use their third and final timeout, and the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Disley is the man in motion. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. That one complete to McConkey.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Second down, they need 3. Herbert to the air again. Throw on the run is complete. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. So it's a win here for the Titans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Titans winners here in Music City as we say so long from Nashville.